Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. We're going to do a full face of makeup, mainly Catrice. I have a couple things that aren't Catrice, but most of it is, so let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with sunscreen. I just have this little travel size. This is the La Roche-Posay sunscreen. It's just the SPF 50. I just have this travel size of it, so I'm just going to put it on and just try it and just going to see what it's like. Typically, I don't buy this sunscreen. It's just a little expensive for me, and I have others that I feel like work just as well and just fine. But I might as well just use what I have. It's pretty watery and runny, which is kind of cool. It kind of blends in really well because of that. But it's definitely more watery and runnier than I thought it would be. You can just kind of see it just like drips down. I really enjoy sunscreens that just blend in so super quick and they're not like too white and chalky and too like fussy to blend in. I just really like appreciate the thinness of it. Also, if you're wondering what these are, I've been using, I talked about this in my vlog I just posted on my other channel. I've been using like this skin tag remover and I kind of have these red areas from it and I don't know if it's working. They're still kind of there, but you just like put this stuff on them and it eventually removes the skin tags, I guess, but they're still pretty red. So hoping that they are removed soon. That's just what that is, just so you know if you see that. It's just that stuff. It just kind of irritates your skin until it makes those fall off. So most of this video is Catrice. I have a couple things that are not Catrice just because I don't have those in Catrice brand, but most of it is Catrice. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to do. I'm going to use this True Skin foundation. This is in the shade 020 Warm Beige. It is quite darker for me, but I do have a lot of self-tan on my face, so I figured it'll probably work right now. It might be a little dark, but we'll see when I blend it in. But I know I got this from, there's my phone going off because I'm filming every time. I got this at TJ Maxx, and so I think it was just like whatever they had, you know, I just picked one up because I really wanted to try it. It is a really good foundation. I know you can get it on Amazon, probably for the same price I got it at TJ Maxx, really. Let's blend this in and see. It's a pretty good match for me today. I think I have a lot of self-tan on my face, I know, and I've been talking about that in a lot of my videos. It's summer, you know, it's the time to do it and use all my self-tanning up. Oh, look how pretty that blends in. That just looks like skin to me. That looks so nice. It's so easy to blend. If I didn't know this was Catrice, like I would think this was a high-end brand for sure, like a high-end foundation. This is blending in better than some of my high-end foundations do. That is so nice. I really like this foundation a lot. It's really good. It really is like skin. Like I think the name really goes with it. It really is like true skin, you know? I mean, already just my lights are pretty bright, so I'm trying not to squint too much, but look how pretty that looks. That just blended in like perfect. I really want to put some here, but I don't want to get it on my shirt. And I might as my shirt moves around today. I'm trying to be careful, but I want to cover those. Wow. That's really pretty. I am really impressed with this. I haven't used this in a long time. The reason I'm getting this out now is because I just went through my makeup yesterday and I got out like a lot of my older makeup that I saved for summer and I kind of just forgot that I have some of these. So I haven't used this in a long time. I am like really impressed by it. I think it looks really pretty, really good. I did get my Physicians Formula powder and actually I found a darker one in that makeup bin. And so I'm going to put some of that on my nose and I just do this no matter what foundation I use. This is just my thing I do because my nose is so red and nothing sticks to it except this stuff. Like that stuff totally sticks to it and makes that redness go away and I just use it every day. So this is the Physicians Formula. This is the airbrushing pressed powder. This was in beige. Normally I use the translucent and it covers too. So the translucent actually does have a shade. It has a little bit of coverage to it. This beige one looks good though. I think it matches obviously my skin better than the lighter one has been. I just cover my nose like that and it just really keeps that redness away. If you're struggling with like a red nose and the foundation doesn't stick to it, once you put foundation on your face, just do something like this over it with the sponge and just dab it on. And so when that foundation is sticky, the powder will stick to it and it just covers it really well. And then just like don't touch it and leave it alone and it should stay pretty well throughout the day. Mine stays pretty well. Sometimes at night I have to like touch it up before I go to work. For the most part, I think it pretty much stays really well. So, and I'm really oily too. So I think it's a good trick. So that's looking really good. I am just loving this foundation. I do see a little spot right here. I don't think that's anything from the foundation. I think something with my skin is weird right there. Cover that a little bit, but otherwise looks really good. For concealer, I have the Catrice True Skin Concealer, and so let's try that on top of this foundation. I'm sure it'll look really nice. This is also a little bit of a deeper one. I can't remember what shade did I get in this. This is 002 Neutral Ivory, and it is a little deeper. I don't know how light it goes because Neutral Ivory would sound like it's pretty light. It is a little bit deeper for me, so I'm going to use it today with this. So I'll just blend that in, and I just use like a flat brush to blend in my concealer. I feel like that is a good way to kind of push it down into my skin and just kind of direct where I want it to go. Sometimes I'll use a fluffy brush too if I want it a little more diffused, but I kind of switch back and forth. So today I just like to use a flat brush, and then I also do it over my eye and my eyelid, kind of up to my eyebrow. Definitely get right there in the darker area of my eye and then just kind of spread it out this way. And just make sure there's no harsh lines, but I think that looks really nice too. That's definitely brightening. I think this is a good shade for this foundation. Okay, that looks good. For powder, I don't have a Catrice powder. I might have in the past, but I don't have one right now. So I just grabbed my Morphe powder, and this is the brightening pink one. And what I've been doing with concealer lately is I use the same flat brush, and to powder it, I'm kind of avoiding just like caking on a ton of powder all under my eye. I'm trying to be like a little more precise with it. So I just get some on my flat brush like that. And I really just push it in right there where I just applied that concealer. And I feel like that really, let me think how to describe this. Like it really pushes the powder in the direct area I want it to. And it doesn't get too cakey and too heavy. And it just really keeps it matte right there. So I've been really liking this technique. I feel like it actually works better than just brushing a ton of powder under my eyes. And even usually I use like a triangle puff, which that works too. But I found that the brush can really get into like some of those lines that I start to get, like they just kind of start to accumulate after the concealer's put on. And so when you can get like a really precise application of this powder with the brush, you can really even directly just like go right into those lines and just really powder it. And I feel like it just smooths it out a lot better. So I just really like doing it like that. I think it looks really nice. It looks brightening, but it just doesn't look like too much and too heavy. Like even when I'm touching up in the evening before I go to work, I'm a therapist, and so I do telehealth with clients. And so when I touch up my makeup around 4 p.m., this is something I've been doing too. I've just been really directing it right into those lines and those creases that can sometimes form throughout the day. And then for the rest, I'm just going to do I'm just going to use this same brush, and I'll just do a little bit where I get oily. So a little bit under here on my chin. I tend to kind of accumulate oil there around my nose, but I don't want to mess with my nose too much because I just did that other powder. So I just kind of go around the nose a little bit, and then definitely my forehead and right around my eyebrows. I'm just kind of pushing that powder in. I feel like it just is the application is just a little bit different than a big, huge brush and just sweeping it everywhere. That looks good. I feel like we are powdered, covered. My skin just looks really great. I love that foundation. I'm just going to keep talking about that because it just looks so pretty. Well, next is the fun eyebrows. That's what we love to do. So I'm going to use the LA Girl pomade. And like I've shown a lot of times, I just get an angled brush, just go into it a little bit and just start on my tail of my eyebrow. And I just kind of start doing that angle. So I go like that and I start going downward a little bit on both sides so I can make sure I have that shape. And this is just what I do every day. Pretty used to it. I'll start in here and kind of just start to, I have tattooed eyebrows. That's what I'm kind of following, is just these tattooed lines that I have. And I just deepen them a little bit. I've gone through such an eyebrow phase where I used to do them like really dark. I used to do them really square right here. Now I just do them a little bit softer, which is kind of nice because you don't have to be like so precise. I've kind of debated getting them re-tattooed. Sometimes get nervous about putting more ink on my face, so I might just keep drawing them in the rest of my life. But they are kind of annoying to do. But I really have gotten down how to do them, you know. I do this every day, so I've really gotten down how to like do the shape. Fill it in, connect the dots a little bit. Sometimes I'll miss the dot. It will go up there. And I try to make them, like I always say, like stepsisters. They can't ever be twins. I mean, I just can't do that. I try to make them like sisters. It's just a little difficult, so stepsisters. Okay, so we have the shape. I'm just going to grab a Q-tip and clean up underneath underneath a little bit to make them a little more even. And what drives me crazy is when I get a Q-tip and it's like, it like moves on the tip too much. I need it firm. If you know anywhere I can get like really firm Q-tips, let me know. I think the dollar store is one where I really find like really firm ones. I don't like the really fluffy ones because I can't get a precise line. So let me know if you know where I can get firm Q-tips. I just do that and just kind of follow that line just to make sure that's precise enough. And then I'm going to use my pen. So I just use like this pen I got from Amazon. I'll link this below too. Usually shake it and it has like these prongs on the end. And I just kind of draw little lines to make it look like little hairs. Because I have absolutely like no hairs on my eyebrows. I'm just so jealous of people who have eyebrows. You know, it's just those things we just take advantage of sometimes. So just about like that, I feel like that looks pretty good. That's my eyebrow routine. Okay, now we're gonna do bronzer, which is also Catrice. So this is the Melted Sun Cream Bronzer. I love this one. This one's really good. This is in the shade Pretty Tanned, which I think is one of the darker ones, and that's okay. I'm not afraid of dark bronzer. I like to just get a darker one and use really a light hand and kind of just build it to where I want it. I would rather do that than get one that's really light and have to keep building it over and over. I really enjoy using darker products and just being really light with them and then just kind of building to where I want. And then when I'm doing that, I like to start over here, kind of go in, create kind of that C a little bit. And then I usually bring it right up to my nose and then I turn my brush and I just kind of go up and down my nose a little bit just to contour it a little bit in a natural way where it's just a little tanner on the sides, but it's not like a whole nose contour routine because I don't have time for that. And you probably don't either. So we'll just kind of go like that and go up to the eyebrow a little bit just to emphasize the shape a little. That's all we really need. And then I'll just do a little bit on my forehead and just kind of build. I like to make sure it really goes into my hairline and not bring it too far down on my forehead. And then I'll do just a little bit on my chin and my jawline right there. I never skip this step because I feel like it really emphasizes my jaw and just makes it look a little thinner and more sculpted. So this is definitely a step you don't want to skip. So one other area is right here. So I just kind of do right there under the chin and just kind of make that a little more bronzed there. That's looking so nice. These are such good products. I think that looks really good. Okay, I have to eat my words a little bit here. I was just looking at my eyes and it's totally coming apart right in my inner corners of my eyes. The concealer is kind of breaking up and kind of leaving me a little bit. Honestly, I wonder if I just have tears left from my eyes. Last night I had a very emotional night. I was sitting on the couch and I was like looking at pictures of my grandma and grandpa who have both just passed away. My grandma just passed away end of June. We just had her funeral like last week. And then my grandpa passed away in 2023. They were just my safe place. I was extremely close to them. So I had quite a breakdown last night missing them. And I just wonder if the makeup is kind of not sticking to my eyes underneath just because I had a lot of tears and maybe some of the saltiness from my tears is still there. I don't know. If you see that, I'm wondering if that's really the case. I had very teary eyes. That could be it. So I was just trying to fix that a little bit. I mean, the rest looks really good, but there's just that little area right inside both of them right there. Just so you see that, that might be the reason. Okay, for blush, I'm so sorry I don't have a Catrice blush, but I do have this About Face blush. These are so awesome. So this is called the Cheek Blush Rush. I love all the shades they have in these. I think this one, this one is called In the Dust, and it's just like a really pretty muted red. And I just have like this white shirt on with black letters and a lemon. And so I thought this might go well with it. So I'll just do like 2 dots right there. We'll see. I'm pretty sure these are pretty pigmented, like most of the liquid blushes like this. I'm just going to use this fluffy brush to blend it and just kind of see if we can diffuse it a little bit. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Wow, that looks nice. Look at how much that was blended right in. Oh, that's pretty. That was easy. Let's do this side. Wow, I am so impressed at how well those just blend. Look at how fluffy and flimsy my brush is. I mean, it's like, it's not like, I was gonna say stern. No, it's not like hard at all. It's just very fluffy. And so using that on those blushes, wow, that's just, it's blended. It's perfect. I'm really impressed at this. I'm impressed at a lot of this makeup. I want to do it again. Let's try again because it was fun. So I want to do some more. I'm probably going to have too much blush today, but that's okay. I'm just going to Costco like I do every week. No one cares. Let's try again. Look at that. Wow. I like to bring it more up here, right, like under my eye too, just to kind of look like the sun. And I just love that color. That's so pretty. These About Face blushes are really incredible. They have a purple one I really want. I haven't gotten it yet, but they've been on sale. And I really want to try that purple one. I am super impressed. Love that. I could just do it again, but I'll have too much. They look so, that just blends in so nice. I thought I would need like a stippling brush, and I was a little nervous to use this really flimsy one on those. It just diffused out like the easiest way. For eyes, I got this Catrice nude eyeshadow palette. This one is on Amazon for $6. It is such pretty neutral colors. They're so pigmented. They last really well. I love this. I know Amazon has a couple other shade palettes. They have like a warmer one. They might have, I can't think of, like a peachy one, and they're like around 12. And then this one is 6 for some reason. And this one's the best. So if you want to grab one from Amazon, I would highly recommend this one. That's cheaper and I feel like the best shades. So I'm just going to start with this biggest pan. I mean, they know what colors we want and we need most of. So I'm going to start with this one. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? I just flicked my brush all the way across the room. Hold on. I'll have to put that in like slow motion replay. Hopefully I can, and you can see how funny this was. It just, okay. Anyway, this one, and I am going to just apply it in my crease and kind of start in the inner part of my crease and just kind of blow it out a little bit. Man, my eyes are struggling. It's definitely, I think, the tears kind of breaking up right there. Maybe that's a thing. Like if you cry at night, then you do makeup the next day, maybe your makeup doesn't last as well. I'm just kind of blending that a little bit more and adding some more. I'm going to be a little bit light with eyeshadow today just because my eyes seem to be really struggling. But see how pretty that is? I love that shade. It's just a really cool toned brown. So let's see, for the lid, well, first I'll do a little deeper. So let's do maybe just this one. You can see which ones I really use. I'll do this one and just do a little bit deeper in my crease right there, just to deepen that a little. Nothing too exciting. Sometimes this is exciting because it's like all we need and it just sculpts the eye so pretty and so well. I love these shades. I mean, for $6, this is such a good deal for this. Okay, that looks really good. I think that's really pretty. They're super smooth. I'm trying to think for the lid if I want like a shimmer or if I want just like a matte. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of feeling matte today. I'm just going to use this brush, this little poofy brush, and do this matte white. And I'm just going to do it on my lid. And we'll just emphasize the lid a little bit. But see how pigmented that is? That just looks really nice. Do a little bit more on the side. I love just brightening the lid. I think it just looks so classic and just so pretty. And these really build really well too. I mean, you can see just as I keep applying it, it's getting kind of like brighter and brighter. So they're really good at building. I'm going to do this bigger one again and just kind of blend everything one more time just to make sure that's nice and blended. I think I'll do this darker one on the bottom. So I'll just get a little bit with this fluffy brush. My eyes are struggling today. I'm pretty sure it's the tears, but I've just did some under there on the bottom, which is looking fine. And I think we're good with that. I'm going to do this angled brush I used for my eyebrows, and I'm just going to go into this darkest one, just line a little bit on the top there. I do have tattooed eyeliner as well, which is turned kind of a grayish blue color, which I hate. So I don't like leaving it like that. I'm going to just line it with that darkest shade in this palette, and that just goes on really smooth and easy too. I just start on the inside and work my way inward to give a little bit of a lift, and then it kind of goes down. I think that's a little bit easier doing it that way than trying to go from the inside and go out. I think I'm going to leave it like that. And for mascara, I just have this Tarte tubing mascara. I have a lot of travel size products. I've talked about this before, but this was really wet and very messy when I first used it. And I actually had a full size of it. And it was like the mascara that haunted me because it was always just so wet, just so messy every time I applied it. But now that it's dried out a little bit, it's way easier and it's way better, which we know that really happens a lot with mascaras. When they dry out, it's just amazing how different they can be compared to when they're really wet and new. This goes on really simple now, and I really like it now. And I think the tubing is really good, especially if I'm having some eye issues. I think the tubing mascara is better than something that might be smudging and getting all over the place. Okay, see how pretty that looks? That looks really good. I just realized I have a hair sticking up. Sorry if that was bugging you this whole video. I put like texturizing stuff in my hair before this video, and then I thought that might have been a bad idea because now it's a mess. It isn't really laying really well. I think we're done with all the face, with all the eyes, everything looks really good, I think. For lips, I kind of have a fun one. So this is from actually Bath & Body Works, and this is their new lip oil. This is the Daily Essentials Lip Oil with mineral SPF, and this is in the shade Scarlet Bloom. Oh my gosh, this is the most pigmented lip oil in the entire world. Like, I'm just not even scared to say that. It really is. I put it on one day, just like normally, like a lip oil. It was way too much. It's very pigmented. They also have like, I think a nude one, and then they have a pink one, which I also have. And those ones are quite a bit lighter, and so they're easier to put on. This Scarlet Bloom one is extremely pigmented, and you just need a dab, you know, and you can just rub it on your lips. So I'll show you the color. I thought it'd be pretty with my shirt too. Let me just show you on my hand first. I can get just a little bit out. This is what it looks like. I mean, this is called a lip oil. I mean, you can see how pigmented that is. It's crazy. It's very pretty though. It's a very pretty shade. Very pretty for summer. And these are the coolest formula. Like, they're just so easy to blend around, and they're just really like slippery, but like moisturizing. Don't sleep on like Bath & Body Works lip products. I think they're really good, and no one talks about them, you know. It's all about the body care. I think their lip products can be really good. So I'm actually just gonna do just I mean, you can see my finger too. There's just so much of this. It's so pigmented. And I just want like a hint of color. Look at that. Look how much color goes on from my finger after I rubbed it on my hand. So you just need a little, and it lasts so long too. And I just love like the blurred look of it. And it's just such a pretty color for summer. I mean, can you believe how pigmented that is? I didn't even get any more out of the tube. That was just from what I rubbed on my hand. And it just goes on so easy. And they're moisturizing, you know, like they feel good. It doesn't feel drying at all. It does feel like a lip oil, but it just has so much pigment. So I would highly recommend these. So again, this is the Scarlet Bloom shade. All of them are really good. I really love the pink one too. It's easier to put on. It's not so bold. But I think that's a really pretty color just for the summer and going to Costco today. It's a good lipstick. So that is all I have. I braided my bangs, and then I hated the clear hair ties that were in, and I can't find my black hair ties, so my braids are coming out, but I had cute little braids here. Those are pretty much gone. I guess I'll just wear my hair down today. Thanks for watching my makeup video. Thanks for watching with Catrice. I really love this Catrice makeup. I think it all looks really good. I think it looks really pretty. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you love Catrice and what some of your favorite Catrice products are. I'd be really interested to know because I want to try more of them, but I'm a little hesitant because, you know, some are really big hits that I have, but I'm sure there's some misses too, like with every brand. Let me know if there's also another brand you want me to do and show, and any other makeup ideas that you'd want to see. Have a great day. I will see you in my next video. Bye.